Thank you for clicking on my video. I really appreciate it. I wanted to show my back panel being made for this heavy duty bag that has no business being this thick. It's not necessary. It isn't going to be carrying 100-pound groceries inside. It's just going to be carrying little things, but I needed to make it super heavy duty. So for the base, when I was done figuring out the width and I was happy with the width, I just did a final circling row so I could count them, because it's all wonky when you add rows. I added, I think, 3 rows on each side, whatever. So the end count was 28. It's 28 wide, and then the goal was to get to 36 tall, because that's what the flower ended up being. I started out with this beautiful teal. I would have used it a lot more for this panel. I wanted it to go up a lot higher, actually. I had different visions. I always have all these visions, but I didn't have enough yarn, so it was like, it's constantly changing. You gotta roll with the punches, whatever. So for the white layer, I wanted to do spikes, try to make it look cohesive with the front flower panel, first of all. Second of all, to try to make it look like grass. It's a little abstract. It's abstract. So I don't remember how many rows of white I did, because at this point it was just whatever I felt. I count at the end how many I've done, and then if I've done too many, I pull them off. Just doing color changes whenever it felt good. I knew I was going to bead some stuff on. I wanted to see, and with the beading, I had high ambitions as well. But I quickly found out that beading it's very much another art skill, art form. And I didn't have I was playing with beads that I've had since the 90s. So it's not like I went out of my way to find the best beautiful beads to make these flowers. So the goal was to make a bunch of flowers and bring up the flap from the base to make those look like the stems, with the different green as the stems. So it would have come across, I think, more beautifully in my mind. You know what's happening with how I've done it, but it's not what I had envisioned. I had to practice my first 2 flowers. Once I figured out how hard it was, that's when I decided I'm not going to do a whole bouquet and row of flowers. I wanted to do different types, crazy visions. But my skill set quickly slapped me back down to reality, and I just had to do what would come across. People can look at it, understand what's happening, and but maybe they understand as well that I don't have those skills. Whatever. It was fun. It came across. I should have tied it a little bit different so that the flaps, the stems, had better of attachment and not pull it so far away from the bag. Improvements. I should have used fishing line as well if I really wanted that firmness, but whatever. Moving on to the side panels, I literally just measured what looks like half. And then when I was done with that, is what the count became. I think I actually did it backwards. I should have done the base first and counted the base and then done the sides based off that. But I made the sides and then kind of forced the base to fit with the panels. But it worked out. Not to brag, I kind of have a feel, so I think I was only off by one stitch on one side, but that's years of trial and error and ruining many a projects. After I figured out my count, I had to figure out a pattern, and I wanted it to be sort of easy, just 2 color change, maybe a third, and I also wanted it to have kind of a flower feel, but I wasn't gonna do the flowers. I'm so glad I didn't. I had visions, but I'm so glad I pulled back. The side stripes, solid, so the color change is color change before you pull that final loop through, and then the middle one was do all the pulling through. The final phase, the orange, see, I pull through fully, and then the green for the first in the next. See, I don't know how to explain that. That's hard. That's why I slowed it down. I feel like it achieved what I was going for slightly. If anything, at least it gives it a little more of something to look at. A little more for the brain. And then halfway through, I decided it needed a color change. I could not do the same color. So I did, like I did the back panel. Haphazard, however I felt. Didn't matter the pull through, which phase of the color, except for the solids, obviously. Just had fun with it. Change it up. And then once you get bored with the color changes, because 3 colors is about where it starts to get tedious. Then once I got bored with that, you can move on with just the solid again. Whew, a break. Changing it up. I'm not going to show the putting the bag all together in this one, but I will be in another one. This is just how I made the back and the side panels. This is nothing spectacular. I thought maybe someone might care to replicate in their own way, and I don't know, just to see how I did mine. That's the thing, anyone can do this. It's not hard, but like it's hard at the same time. That's why I love it. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Have a good one.